Everybody on our team contributed substantially. You know, every single one of them did something that saved us throughout the championship. This was a team where anybody could shine at any given time. The championship sort of reflected the same style that we had played the whole season with everybody shining. It just really marked the season for what it was.
In my 4 years at Duke, we've been so close for many times to win the national championships, but quite couldn't get it. And we talked about it with the team on like in the past also, like what happens, why didn't we get it? And this year we worked really hard, and I think the difference this year was that we worked since the beginning.
We had a productive season, and that means an awful lot going into a national championship. You need to be healthy, and you need to have had some great prep.
Because they had been close enough to get emotionally involved and emotionally disappointed when we didn't quite make it. And I think those little details or little feelings help fuel their focus throughout the year.
The amount of hard work we put in and the amount of gains we made in terms of our mentality and just feeling good about ourselves going in, I think, you know, we were definitely prepared for nationals, and I think later on during the tournament you could see that our hard work was really paying off, and I think that's what really closed the deal for us.
We've been preparing for national for the whole year, and we are pretty confident with like how we play for the whole year, and we were excited to compete.
The first day we were arriving at Arkansas, we were excited, we were not nervous because we know that we were prepared for the big tournament to come up, and we knew what we can do there.
The Blessings Golf Club was a complicated golf course, and our players right from the start, right when we got on the property, were simplifying things. And that added a lot of confidence to my mind and Coach Brooks's mind that we knew the answers were within ourselves and not dealing with the complications that golf course can bring us.
We really took that day seriously. The one thing that I said to the team was, I want you to pretend like this is our only day of preparation going into competition, even though the next day was going to be a practice round. But I wanted them to take that day very, very seriously, and boy did they ever. It was a really productive day. We didn't have a club in our hands, we just had notebooks.
We did a really good job of really communicating during the practice round and making sure we gather as much information as we could on that day.
With such a challenging course, it's really important to have a practice round and a walk-in day. I mean, it helped us so much through the week, and I think having it with the team and talking about the course, it's definitely fundamental to have a good week. We started day one with a lot of expectations, I think. We were ready to be out there, and we had seen the course and practiced it for one time before. And it wasn't probably our best day. Having those many expectations, and I think the team was so excited about being there, didn't really help. So we started in 5th place, and it wasn't the best start. But at the same time, we talked to ourselves, and we were happy about the first position. I mean, the top 8 teams make it to match play, so we were pretty happy about where we were standing, but we definitely wanted to be one of the first seeds.
5th place on a totally new course that nobody else has seen. I think it was a pretty good standing, and we were looking forward to another day of golf because it was just a great place to be at.
All of us knew that we are a very strong team and we believe in each other. We know how much we can do. We just wanted to give it all the second round, and we already learned a lot from the course.
We had some big numbers on our scorecard, and some tough things happened, and it didn't faze our players at all. There wasn't any panic or any stress, and it was very apparent right there that each of our players were very focused on just going about the next hole.
After finishing and looking back on the scoreboard, it turned out we shot 11 under that day. So I didn't even realize, we shot that low number, but it definitely gave us a lot of confidence into the future rounds of golf ahead of us.
Certainly didn't hurt to have a great second day. It's just comforting to, you're trying to make it to match play, and you just don't want to get into a too low a spot early.
Even though we were leading after the second round, we knew that the third round would still be a tough round because all the teams are playing at their best.
Having such a great performance on the second day, I think that gave us a lot of confidence going into not the third day because it got cancelled, but then the fourth day for sure, and then going into match play.
Obviously, the break in between the free day kind of broke our rhythm a little bit. It was kind of hard getting adjusted to it, but I think we were well prepared for anything that could happen, especially in Arkansas where, inclement weather can come in any time.
Everybody's dealing with the same things you are, the weather delays. We just have to be a little bit more patient and a little tougher than everybody else in handling all of those interruptions.
I think we all had the feeling that we were gonna make it, but at the same time, it's a long week, and we still had one more day of stroke play, and being seated number 2 after all wasn't that bad for us. I mean, we wanted to be seated number 1, but we got the job done, and it's important to be a high seed, but at the same time the most important thing is to make it into match play because it's a completely different game, and it doesn't really matter where you get seated.
You look at just the potential matchups that we're going to have with Duke and Stanford. Those have been 2 of the most successful programs over the past couple of years.
So after finishing second in stroke play, we went on to face Stanford in match play, and it's a team we're very familiar with.
Stanford is a bit of a rival for us. I think they'd say the same thing about Duke. We're both very good academic institutions, and we recruit a lot of the same players, and I have a lot of respect for their coach, and it's just a great rivalry.
I think coming in this time and knowing that we had Stanford in the quarterfinals was kind of a sad moment for me, just because it brought back a lot of memories from my freshman year. But at the same time, I knew the team was ready and was ready for any team. And we talked with the team and we were like, well, if we want to win, we got to win against any team that we have in front of us, whether it's in the quarterfinals or in the final, doesn't really matter. So I think going into the match, we were ready for them, but at the same time, we knew we had a very strong team in front of us.
For me, playing against Alban Valenzuela, I've seen her on TV. She's gotten low-am honors at ANA Inspiration. I mean, she's done so many great things. So I knew, as much as I loved competing against her, I was also kind of learning from her.
Gina was a rock star in that championship. As a freshman, she just did an incredible job.
The match is tied through 17. Here's Kim on 18.
Look at that shot. Beautiful. Rolls it right past the hole.
That is some good course knowledge here at the Blessings. Uses a slope. That, as they say, would lead to this for birdie to win the match.
And it is good. The fist pump seals the deal.
Duke out to the early 1-0 lead.
In the quarterfinals, in my match, I played against Emily Wang, and I knew Emily since last year, and we are pretty good friends. So it was a tough match, and it went a long way until the 24th hole that then I discovered tied for the longest match in NCAA history.
The match between Virginia and Emily Wang, it went on forever. I mean, it actually lasted a lot longer than I thought. I thought somebody was going to make a putt earlier and finally finish the match, but I guess the fact that it went on for so long that now we were trying to beat daylight as well, I think that's what put on a lot more pressure on both of them and for both teams as well.
We both played very, very well the whole time, and I was 3 up going into the last few holes, and then I just lost the lead and ended up in a playoff, and I couldn't really believe it. It was a very weird feeling, especially knowing that I was going in a playoff and in extra holes, knowing that I was the senior on the team, and I felt a lot of pressure when the team came out.
Duke's Virginia Elena Carta.
Not much to this putt. 5 feet.
I was shaking. I have no idea what I did when I was putting, and as soon as the putter itself just moved, I was unconscious. I have no idea what happened, and then I just know that I hit the ball and the ball started on line. And so I knew it had a good chance, and then by seeing the roll, I just know that I screamed before even the ball was in the cup itself.
The patience and perseverance that she showed and the level demeanor she showed was tremendous.
Virginia Elena Carta with the birdie at the 6th. And Duke has advanced to the semifinals.
This semifinal match pitched the number 2 Duke Blue Devils, coached by assistant coach John Whithouse and head coach Dan Brooks, versus the number 6 seed Arizona Wildcats.
We were a little bit nervous at that point because Virginia has done a lot for us, and Anna and Gina and Jarvi, all of us have went through a lot.
It was just a matter of really trying to get as much sleep as we could, as much rest, even though it's quite impossible to do that in a couple hours. But just being mentally ready again to face another team, wipe everything from your mind that happened the day before and just start from beginning. And we did a really good job.
Well, that's a very aggressive line, and it's going to work out beautifully for Anna Bolats. How about
I think
that?
it played into our hands again that we, right away, there wasn't anything we could take lightly. We had to continue to be as focused on one hole at a time and playing pretty conservative golf and seeing how things pan out and just being patient and realizing there were more holes to play.
Wake Forest has advanced to the championship match. Will they face Duke or Arizona? Both the Blue Devils and Wildcats, each with a point on the board.
Gannon has hit a massive tee shot. She'll only have 116 yards left.
Oh, wow. Coming up big.
We were all waiting on Gina on that last hole because we knew that was a deal breaker match.
Might be shorter.
Carries into the bunker, and it's up against the upslope of the bunker, pretty close to the lip there.
Ball below her feet,
We were all
and
kind of
not a good
nervous
angle.
when she hit into that fairway bunker and Bianca was in the fairway, but you never know, so we just trusted the momentum.
Solid strike there. Boy, she has taken this ball just right of the flag. What a play. Drew it back into that flag stick. Incredible play there by Kim. Wow.
Incredible.
You know,
is
that
right.
bunker shot on 18 was definitely something I didn't even expect either. I was trying my best to keep this match going and hopefully, you know, come out as the winner.
That shot tells it all. Just to have the composure to go in and hit that shot. People don't realize is that edge of that bunker was probably 3 inches below where the ball flew. And she had to catch that shot really well. There was some risk to it, but she said she had a pretty good idea she could get it up, and then to be able to pull that shot off. That tells a lot about Gina Kim. Not everybody could do that.
The freshman for Duke, for birdie, to win the match and send Duke on to the finals against Wake Forest.
Duke University 3, University of Arizona 3. Duke wins the match. 1-up.
Duke in search of their 7th national championship.
2-seeded Duke, 5-seeded Wake Forest in the championship.
All of us had to reset because we had a very quick turnaround and we didn't really have the time to have that feeling of, okay, we won, then now we can go rest and think about the finals tomorrow. It was right then. The pairings for the afternoon were pretty hard. I mean, we're really 1 against 1, 2 against 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. So I think we knew that we had to play our best game to really get it done.
I put Jarvi up against Kupcho. Jarvi had played well and not won against 2 really star players going into that final match. So I thought, you know, Jarvi has played so well, she's doing so well, I'm going to keep putting her against their best. And I did it right into the Wake Forest match. because I figured Jarvie's going to win one of these.
Kupcho ranked #1 in the world, Boonchant 25, and competing with a national championship on the line.
With Coach Brooks putting me against all the good players like Andrea Lee, Haley Moore, and Jennifer Kupcho, that's really motivated me to not giving up on myself.
And she's done it. For the first time in match play, Jennifer Kupcho trails.
So I was leading her on the 17th, but then I didn't hit quite a good shot on 18th, so that's why it's dragged to number 19.
Shot she hit on the last. Oh, that was crisp. Beautiful swing.
Now Kupcho's third at 1.
And that was from 106 yards for her third. Boy, that was close. Too much spin back. Things very much in Boonchant's favor right now.
Jarvie Boonchant, 0-3 in the NCAA match play. She's going to have a birdie putt to get her first win in match play, put a point on the board for Duke. And Jarvie Boonchant of Duke has defeated Jennifer Kupcho for 19 holes, and now Duke is 1 point away from their 7th national championship.
When it got down to Miranda's match, and in the 20th hole was a par 5 15, both players, Letizia and Miranda, hit a beautiful shot in the middle of the fairway, but in this fairway there is a big tree. Miranda decided to hit this beautiful shot towards the green, and it just rolled down next to the green, while Letizia unfortunately hit this shot into the water.
Miranda Wong of Duke playing her second.
You would expect this ball out to the right. Cannot miss left. Doing just that.
We waited a lot for Letizia to decide whether to drop it there, to drop it somewhere else. So we had 15 minutes or something like that of just wait, where we were standing with the team and Miranda was just with coach by the side of the green. And I mean, a lot of thoughts were going through our head just because nothing was settled and done yet, because Letizia could have just made the shot and win the hole, and you never know. So I think a lot of emotions and thoughts were going on, and we just stayed patient and stayed together.
Coach Brooks was there with me. He kept me focusing on my own game, and we talked about only positive things, only how you're going to hit this shot.
It probably doesn't show well on TV, but it was a very difficult place that she was waiting in.
It'll be 12 minutes between shots since Bagnoli hit her ball into the penalty area and now plays her 4th shot. Miranda Wong's got to get her head back in the game. She's watched all this happen. A great shot there by Bagnoli. She'll have that for bogey. Now Miranda Wong of Duke to play her 3rd.
That was well executed there. Played the ball in the back of her stance.
She played a wonderful shot up there, you know, with the whole championship riding on it.
2 putts to secure Duke's 7th national championship.
Even after I missed the first birdie putt, I didn't know that the game has ended.
When Letizia from Wake Forest conceded the putt for us to win the national championship, we couldn't really understand what was going on, and then realized, oh my gosh, we just won, and started screaming.
Let it all sink in that moment. You know, with everyone watching, we just got really excited and ran off to the green and started celebrations. So it was a very remarkable moment.
To be able to have the experience and just enjoy it with your team is definitely something that not many people here can enjoy.
Just being able to finish my college career with a national championship and a title, and it's just something that I would have never thought of. And starting as a freshman with an individual one and closing off with a team one is everybody's dream, I think. And being me the one, I don't know, it's just such a feeling that I can't even express. And I'm just so happy that I did it with this team. It's a special team to me, and I have so many great memories with this team that I will carry for the rest of my life.
What a special moment that was.
What they did in Arkansas was the deciding task. The reality is what they did in Arkansas is a side effect of the task they've been doing daily for years, the years that they've been at Duke.